Hey everyone, my name is David Dunbar, or the Theme Park Evangelist. So now that I've uninstalled Messenger, hopefully we won't have any more issues with Messenger interrupting my YouTube vlogs and causing my screen to go black. It's kind of weird. And then, of course, I have to restart the entire stinking computer just to get the camera to work again. I wonder if Messenger has also been affecting Google Chrome because of the fact that I haven't really been able to do a whole lot with Google Chrome recently due to the fact that maybe Messenger has something to do with it. Anyhow, hard to believe, guys, it is already Sunday, April 5th, 2020. As you guys remember, last Tuesday I had TJ with me, and of course, at that point it was still March. And here it is, April. We're actually officially a week away from Easter Sunday, which is crazy. So, when you guys saw me, sorry, shivers. It's a little cold in here, but I like it cold because when I get into my bed, I'm gonna throw a bunch of blankets on my bed. I'll be all nice, warm, and cozy. I'm a little weird like that. So, yeah, as I was with TJ last Tuesday at work, we left, and I had decided on my own we're gonna go to Taco Bell, and we're gonna go get some free Dorito or loaded Dorito tacos. By the way, they're doing that again this Tuesday, which is really interesting. And I had the same exact shift that I had last Tuesday. I have this Tuesday, so might as well, you know. So yeah, TJ and I drove over to Taco Bell, the one in Florence, Kentucky, which is not too far from me. And excuse me, I got two of those. One, I said I have one other person in the car. They were pretty cool about it. We drove off. We went back to his place. Sorry, not his place, my place. Duh, my place, obviously, considering I live here in northern Kentucky and he lives in central Florida. Kind of weird now that we don't live near each other anymore. Hopefully, that won't be a permanent thing, though. We'll see, though. So, yeah, we get back to my place. TJ takes a hot shower. I'm waiting to take my hot shower because TJ said he wanted to take the shower first. And I'm kind of glad this happened because I got a message from TJ's grandmother, and his grandmother never messages me, like, ever. And I'm like, okay, that's weird. She said, please call me at such and such number. This is extremely important. I'm thinking to myself, well, this could have happened, this could have happened, this could have happened. And one of the possibilities that ran through my head was the one. I was just a little bit devastated. Devastated enough that I pretty much stayed upset about various things all week. It was just like one thing after another last week. It was just one of those weeks. And TJ didn't take it well either. He took it better than I did. I think, which is weird considering what had happened involved him, not me. So yeah, I was a little surprised, but needless to say, TJ had to call up Meyer that evening and say he had to quit. That stuck in my teeth. Sorry. Very annoying, you know. I don't have any floss either. It does not help. Keep forgetting to buy some, you know, whenever I'm at Meijer or Walmart. But TJ had to find a airplane flight that was leaving ASAP. He couldn't find anything from the night, but he did find something at 5:15 in the morning. Going on my airport, going to Connecticut, specifically to Hartford, which is where he used to live. So, guess who got to drop him off at the airport? Me. That's right. Lucky me. Got up at around 4 in the morning and drove him over there. Thankfully, I was back by 4:30 in the morning, and then of course I went back into my dark room and I went right away. I mean, I was like, ooh. It was a long, hard day. I didn't want to be here. I mean, I didn't want to be here. I didn't want to be at work. But I also knew I had to. So, it was just one of those things. I just had to put up with it all day. It's like, whatever. And by the end of the day, I was glad I put up with it, but it's just so strange. It was so crazy. It seemed like yesterday, which it honestly was, that TJ was just at my place. And before I knew it, he was gone. It's almost like, the song Cinderella by Stephen Curtis Chapman. You only have so much time with your Cinderella before she grows up and moves out on her own. But in this case, I only had so much time with my friend and I didn't even realize it. And before I knew it, he just up and left. And everything went back to normal quicker than I expected. I mean, it's Sunday, April the 5th. He technically was supposed to be around all this week, and here it is. Sunday, April 5th, 2020. It's just me and my family, like it has been since last Wednesday morning. So, it's just one of those things. I mean, things at Meyer didn't really get any better. I can't really talk about it for legal reasons, but I'm going to say this right now. I just pray and hope that things get better because at the rate we're going, people are going to be forced to be staying outside, not just my work, but everywhere else, which is already happening. Waiting in line just to go into a store because they're only allowing so many people in the store at a time. I mean, if people would just stay home, this would be amazing. But people get bored, and I get that. That's why I have a job. But I thought it was funny. I had a argue with my aunt earlier, and she was, calling my church irresponsible for putting my life on the line and our life in jeopardy, as well as my dad's and everybody else was there. And I cannot say this enough. My life is in way more jeopardy at work than at church. And the reason why I say that is because when I go to work, I'm bumping into the public. I don't know I only know a handful of the customers that walk in those doors. And that's it. I have no idea what is going on with everybody. I don't even know what kind of germs or diseases people are carrying. I'm just praying to God and hoping that as long as I'm practicing good hand sanitize. How should I say this? Just good hand washing techniques. I guess I'll just go with that because I cannot talk. And as long as I do my best to distance myself 6 feet away from people and to constantly sanitize everything, what else can I do? I mean, gloves aren't going to make a difference. I would love a mask, but I don't have one. The one thing I actually would not mind wearing when I'm out in public, but I don't have it. And I can't do anything about it. Personally, I feel like the gloves don't make a difference because of the fact that you're still spreading diseases no matter what, versus if I'm wearing if I'm wearing a mask, at least I'm preventing germs from getting up under or into my nose quicker. I feel like the mask at least is a deterrent for the most part. I mean, it's not going to work perfectly, but I'm definitely not against a mask. And then I prefer using hand sanitizer over gloves personally because of the fact that the gloves, I'm going to touch my face, I'm going to touch my hair, I'm going to touch my nose like I'm doing right now constantly. And by me touching my face with the gloves, I'm basically putting my germs onto the gloves, and then I'm touching the computers, and then whatever germs I'm picking up off the computers, I'm putting on my face. Now, you might ask, Are you doing that already without the gloves on? I feel like I touch my face more with gloves on because I got this really weird thing on my hands, and the fact that it makes me feel extremely uncomfortable being autistic. Unfortunately, it's one of those sensory things, and I don't completely understand why. Oops, sorry about that. Glad I did that fast, so the camera didn't really catch it. But here we go. That's a little better. But yeah, considering the fact that whenever I'm not wearing gloves, I don't feel like I have to touch my face as often, which is really weird. But whenever I do wear gloves for whatever reason, I feel like I have to touch my face more. It's like, it's just one of those things, you know? I've never completely understood it, but eh, I guess it's just who I am. I mean, what can I say? It's just one of those things. And that's about as far as I'm going to go. Getting a little stiff here, just sitting in one spot. And it didn't help that my laptop was having issues. I hate to get super comfortable. I'm not going to be much longer, you know? But in the long run, I'm praying and hoping that this virus will only last for maybe a few more weeks. I seriously doubt it will, but the one thing that we do have to our advantage here in Northern Kentucky, even though I do have a Democratic governor, at least I can't fault him for the fact that he did shut everything down. And I know, like, TJ and K, who are, like, super conservative, which I am myself, don't like that, but. And I wouldn't say I don't either. I tell TJ that every day. I said I don't like it, but you know what? I'm also willing to put up with it if it helps us get back to our normal lives that much quicker. I mean, I would rather have a Republican by any means, but at the same time, hey, if Andy B share ideas working, then by all means, let's keep going. Let's see what happens. I'm willing to keep going with what Andy B sure is doing. I'm willing to keep putting up with it. If we can go back to our normal lives by May and everybody can go back to work and I'm not the only one working at that point, if everything can reopen again like normal and I can go back to work and not have to be in a store where everybody's living in fear over the virus. It's funny, we were starting to go back to normal at one point, and then unfortunately something really bad happened at my job, and then everything went back to the way it was originally. I'm surprised that we still have the benches out in the store. This is the one thing I'm like, I wonder why we have those out considering the circumstance. Like, we honestly had the deli hot case out for a while. Well, it's gone again. What else is new? I kind of miss it because it was like literally within the past few weeks we had the deli hot case. And it seems to be gone all over again. I mean, I'll keep checking, but if it's gone for good, I'm not going to be very happy about it. And that's all I've got to say. Well, I think I've done enough rambling, but the main point of this vlog was just to basically tell you guys that, God can change our lives in the blink of an eye. Like the song "In the Blink of an Eye" by Mercy Me. And then also, I just really wanted to give you guys another update on the coronavirus. Now that we're going into week 4, this is crazy. I mean, we're in tough times right now, but I'm still optimistic. I still have complete faith in God that no matter what happens, He's got everything under control. And all we can do is pray and hope that God will just get us through this and we can go back to the way we are living. I also pray and hope that my friend TJ will try to trust Governor Ron DeSantis with everything that's going on in Florida. I pray and hope that TJ will give him more time and that he'll understand that maybe Ron DeSantis is doing everything he's doing as crazy as it is for their safety. And I know that is not easy. I know it's difficult. I know it's unfair. Isn't everything about this virus unfair, though? Like, ever since the virus came from China all the way onto the other side of the world, life has been extremely unfair. People have lost jobs. People are stuck in their homes. People are not able to go to the doctor's office now. All non essential businesses are closed. Pretty much you're even only allowed to go to the grocery store once a week, and now they're trying to say we can only have so many people in the grocery store at a time. Like, I don't know everything that's going on in Florida, but you know what? We just have to look at it this way. As long as we stay um, optimistic towards God, sorry. As long as we stay, well, I shouldn't say optimistic towards God. So as long as we stay optimistic, for one thing, as long as we stay prayerful, as long as we stay helpful, as long as we know that God is not going to give up on us, no matter how bad this virus gets, then the worst thing that could honestly happen is if we turn our backs on God. And I know that seems so silly to say and so crazy and so far fetched and out there, but think about it. That is the worst thing that could happen. Is we could turn our backs towards God, and you know what will happen if that happens? God could potentially turn his back, that's what I meant to say, on us. And that happens, that virus could potentially get us and kill us. I know it's already killing a lot of people, but for those of you that are going to be watching this later, because obviously I pre-record these, so when you do see this, when I do have this online later, that is, just think to yourself, am I still alive? Are my friends alive? Are my family members alive? Who has God allowed to stay alive that I know? And also think to yourself, what can I do to help stop the virus? What part can I play? Don't forget, the government can't do everything for you. We've got to do our part too, and I think the government more than anything wants us to avoid spending as much time as possible around people and try to spend as much time as we can at home, as much as it sucks, just to slow the spread of the virus. And that's the only way we're ever going to get rid of this virus. And the only reason why it's taking, or it seems to be taking longer in this country, is because we're a country that's always on the go. We're a country that likes to have fun. We're a country that is used to a busy life, and now we're being forced to sit around our houses, and we're not used to it at all. Other than me, who's still living a normal life, but I promise I'd be going a little crazy too if I were stuck at home 7 days a week. Anyways, guys, I hope you got something out of this. I really enjoyed this, and I will definitely try to get more YouTube videos down this week for sure. Until then, I will see you guys, in the next vlog. And always remember, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. I'm so sorry. Have a great night. Peace out.